podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day.
BoxingVoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punches? When I was hitting him with body punches, and I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
BoxingVoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and taking those punches.
Quality Beyonce Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, and we're here to talk this weekend's fights. We're going to be doing a weekend review and wrap-up, and we'll be talking all this week's news and notes. So any big news out there, we'll be talking about it today. Like the back and forth social media Twitterverse that took place with Errol Spence and Shakur Stevenson. A fan tweeted out that he would like to see Shakur and Frank Martin. And Shakur tweeted out that he don't duck no smoke. And then Earl tweeted, Actually, that's not how it went. So how it went was, someone tweeted out Keyshawn and Keyshawn and Frank Martin, and Earl said, "Nah, I don't know about that." But I like the Shakur fight. I'm trying to pull it up, but they deleted the tweets. Man, this shit is so whack, bro. I mean, I know Earl ain't delete. He don't got time for that shit. Let me see. Yeah, so This it right here. Core deleted his tweet. That's crazy. Let me see something. Back up. So click here. All right, so even the dude that it started with deleted, but you can still see it. Shout out to Earl for keeping it. Hold on one second. Here goes your screen share. And you can see right here. Right? Let me zoom in for you. So a fan by the name of former Derek Carr hater says, Errol Spence, please put Keyshawn versus Frank Martin as the undercard to Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. And he said, don't know what he's talking about, but I like Shakur versus Frank better, and they still bottle feeding the pup at Top Rank, respectfully. So my interpretation is, don't know what he's talking about has to do with the part of the tweet where the guy says, please put Keyshawn and Frank Martin as the undercard to Terrence and Spence. Then he says, but I like Shakur versus Frank instead of Keyshawn versus Frank. And he says, and they still bottle feeding the pup at Top Rank, respectfully. So he's saying they still bottle feeding Keyshawn. But he just taking shots. Let's just be real. He just taking shots because they're not bottle feeding Keyshawn. Keyshawn's done stepped it up tremendously. Like he got 7 fights. He already fought Juan Carlos Burgos, and he's scheduled to fight Anthony Yiggett. Like, that's not bottle feeding at all, bro. That's like, you know what I mean? That's like really, putting your guy in there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So it looks like Core deleted a lot of stuff, but I have been sent some of the tweets. I just got to get those together so that I will be able to screen share them for you. Yeah. So, yeah, man, this is what we're here to talk about. There was some back and forth. There is some news and notes to discuss. Plus, this weekend's fights, Jarrell Miller, Lucas Brown stepped in the ring, and Jarrell Miller stops Lucas Brown, drops Lucas Brown, and, goes on to move to bigger and better things. What that is, we don't know. I'm sure we all have suggestions. So you can definitely throw those in the chat and let me know what you think should be next for Jarrell Big Baby Miller. That was probably your biggest fight of this weekend. Outside of that, you had Gilberto Ramirez miss weight, and, he was pulled off the card, and we had to elevate Jojo Diaz and Mercito Gesta to main event on the Golden Boy card. So we did have the card in Dubai. We had a UK card with Matchroom, and we also had the Golden Boy card, but like I already said, sorry about that. Is that I'm trying to get this screen share for you guys, but I have to crop it up a little bit. And I'm waiting for my co-host to join me in. Let me see what we got. Boom. All right. So it is small because this is, it is a screen share, but you can see it there now on the landscape mode. Keyshawn Davis says, it's only right I fight that boy under the Terrence Crawford Errol Spence card in the main event. I mean, who else would you want to see? So obviously, you can see the first tweet down here that the fans started to get Earl's attention. Earl responds, and then Shakur responds and says, laugh out loud. You can have that little nigga. I want to fight all the big fish anyway. I was just letting him know I don't duck no action. So, yeah, that's just some of the tweets because, some of these were deleted. Shout out to Champ Side that took that screen share, and he got the screenshot because these things get deleted rapidly. So yeah. All right. So that's some of the news that's going on out here, man. It's really kind of got the boxing world talking. Keyshawn is a guy that definitely wants all the smoke. I don't know if he's in control of his career to the point that he can actually get some of those fights of the people that he's calling out. But I got another one here that I was sent. And this is Shakur saying, tell EJ set it up. I got 300K on it. And then Keyshawn says, I got 20. So they mean business when it comes to, wanting to fight Frank Martin. The question is, are the powers that be going to allow that fight to happen? Are we really going to be able to get a Frank Martin and a Errol Spence fight? Excuse me, a Frank Martin and a, Keyshawn Davis fight on some sort of cross promotion? I don't know what's possible and what isn't, truthfully. We'll see. We'll see. But I got Amin in the building. I see you, champ. Yeah, man. So we're here just talking Errol Spence. He wants Shakur Stevenson versus Martin. Keyshawn rather take Martin on. Shakur willing to put 300,000. Keyshawn said throw another 20 on it. So yeah, man. I like it. I like it, man. I like these young guys looking to, come at the top.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. What I can say is this: I'm new to it as far as like they going back and forth on Twitter. Because to me, in my mind, I'm old. I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah.
When you argue, you carry on with somebody, you gotta see them. But I understand that this is marketing, so I'm new to it and I have to embrace it. And then Keyshawn, him personally, I don't want to say I had any barbed words for him, but I used to criticize him a little bit. I can admit to that. But now I've reeled it in because not only do I think he has the potential as a fighter, I understand what he's doing in the top rank. You have to do something to get noticed. You got to do something to make Bob want to put them dollars behind you. And if you kind of not only attach yourself to Keyshawn, Shakur, that is, you can make yourself even a bigger name because they got so many prospects. Somebody's got to stand out. So now the other side of that is you got somebody like Frank Martin. He's quiet. He don't, and I don't know him personally, but as far as what he put out there, but that don't mean he's the kind of fighter more like his big homie. His talking is in the ring between them ropes. And some people like that. Maybe I'm, a little bit more biased towards that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't a hold me back kind of nigga myself. So I kind of like the guys that they just step up and do what they do. So it's all of that intrigue that even has somebody like me interested in the possibilities of that, So, yeah, it's good stuff, I guess.
I mean, I think it's all fun for Twitter, but again, Keyshawn is like 7-0. Frank is on the cusp of an eliminator or a title shot. I don't know how serious it is, these two guys actually getting in the ring. You're talking cross promotion. Obviously, we don't know neither. Is Frank a free agent? Is he just with Earl? And he can go to Top Rank. But I would like to see these guys. Earl did this with Chris Colbert, and it didn't manifest a fight for Frank, but it got the needle moving, and it got people talking, and then Frank did get a fight on the PBC side. I don't know, how much of this is going to amount to an actual fight for Frank. We talking Shakur, who has a fight April 8th, and Keyshawn as well. He's on the undercard of that.
Yeah. And you hit the nail on the head. It's the talking doesn't materialize. And so the investment before with Frank Martin, kind of trying to get that thing with Chris Colbert kicked off, that didn't seem to go down. That's why I'm not really a fan of it. But now they talking about, putting money on it and blah, 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 blah. I think that's for more the casual guy, because me, I'm going to be like, if there ain't a possibility of it happening, then let's not even. Now, you mentioned some intriguing things. What is Frank Martin's status? Now, some of this could help him fight his way into a better negotiation.
Well, I take it from the way I read it from Shakur. Frank is the A side, obviously, for many reasons. He's got the bigger win. He's attached to the more popular fighter. He and Shakur admitted so by asking Errol, and I quote, set it up. Because if you the A-side, you send the offer to Frank. Like, hey, here's the offer. Keyshawn Davis, Frank, main event, ESPN. This is the date. This is the location. But you not. You asking him to send y'all an offer for Frank to fight Keyshawn. And then you would bet 300 and he would bet 20. So, again, we could be debating semantics, but I'm going off what's black and white. That's what he tweeted. That's how I got to interpret it. You ain't say, sit by the phone, we going to send you a contract. You said, set it up, which means you sent us a contract.
Well, yeah, for sure. In this instance, Frank is the A side. He's coming there with the big homie, pause, right? And those things, see, and that, I think it would help the intrigue, if it was maybe somebody in a, weight class and you had it, but, to me, it's kind of like right now, Frank Martin, so if it's not an opportunity that he can really look at as viable, then I wouldn't waste my time. So cool, let Errol speak on it. But what's really next for Frank Martin? And I'm not asking that rhetorically. I honestly don't know. Do we know what he's got going on?
We definitely don't know what he has going on. All we could do is assume like we always do. But I'll pull up the 135-pound division. He is ranked number 2, so I think it's more about weight. And he with Errol, too. How likely do you believe it is that if Tank beats Ryan, Errol can get Frank in position? Because Frank's number 2, Ryan is number 1, Tank is the regular champ, Devin Haney is the super champ.
Now, we taking... No, I don't think that happens right away for him, because you know what happens with everybody, man. You know what they're going to say? He ain't fought nobody. He ain't good enough to fight Tank, blah, 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 blah. That narrative is going to be painted, and, that's going to suck. Now,
well, the thing is, I watched a nice long interview with Calvin Ford. The fight that he wants, for whatever reason, he feels they need get back, is Isaac Cruz. He like, yeah, we was injured, this, that, and the third. So, hypothetically, I could see a world where if Tank beats Ryan, he gives Cruz a rematch. So, Martin can't even get the Cruz fight. I was screen sharing the rankings. I don't know if you've seen, but he's number 2. If Ryan loses, he eliminates himself. That makes Martin number 1. Zepeda's with Golden Boy. Highly unlikely they do an eliminator with Martin on the WBA side. Vasil, if all goes according to Devin, Loma won't be there either because he would have lost. Shakur, he going the WBC route. And like I said, Isaac definitely already has a fight with Giovanni Cabrera and is looking for that Tank rematch afterwards. I don't know who you put Frank in there with.
Martin.
There's no sexy names there. Cambosos is tied up with Maxie Hughes. Floyd Schofield's on the undercard of Ryan Tank, and he's across the street. I don't know. I don't know. What name is out there for Frank? You're going to have to bring somebody up. I did see Chris Colbert say he still want the Frank Martin fight, but he got a fight on the 25th of this month. Heal up, schedule, training camp, then could fight Frank. So, I don't know. Jesus, I already told you Cambosos is scheduled to fight Maxie Hughes. So, yeah, it's pretty slim pickings for Frank at 135 looking at these rankings. Frank could fight Gustavo Limon. They both got high rankings. Gustavo's with Samson. He's like Argentinian. He's a puncher. It'll be a fan-friendly fight. He's number 1 in IBF. Frank's number 2 in the WBA. So then that means Frank will be ranked highly in 2 sanctioning bodies.
Put that on the undercard of the Spence-Thurman affair and see how that does, right?
Jojo Diaz, obviously we got to talk about his fight on Golden Boy. He just lost. So he's not even number 9 in the ring no more. That would be Mercito Gesta's spot. And
what about Gesta?
That's what I'm saying. Will Golden Boy even want to do that with Martin? They just got, like, because that's the whole point of doing in-house, right? Like, Joseph Diaz is your guy, the gold medalist, the former champ. He lost to your guy, Mercito Gesta. Do you really now want to send Gesta across the street to get pounded on by Frank for nothing?
Well, you're right. They're saving Gesta for William Zepeda.
Yeah.
Because that's really their guy.
Oh, well, actually, I watched the fights. Oscar said that the winner, that was like an audition for the winner to get Schofield on the undercard of Tank. Does it happen? I don't know. Eric Tudor also wants that. I don't know that they're going to put Eric Tudor or Tudor in there with Schofield, because that's a tough fight for the both of them. I watched that shit. That Eric Tudor fight was good because I was invested. It's so crazy. I know, boxing is small, but it's also my fault. You know, the manager of Katio Kane that fought Eric Tudor reached out to me a couple times. Long story short, I wasn't able to schedule him on the show. Bringing it full circle, he's trained by Bo Mack and Terrence Crawford. And that was a good fight, bro. Did you watch it? You ain't watched the Golden Boy?
Yeah, no, I watched it.
That motherfucker was tall, bro. Yo, shout out to that kid. He got the win. He fought hard. Like, I was looking for rounds or ways to give it to Kane, but it was a really good back and forth fight. That kid just knows how to use his height. And he's not that motherfucking active. Like, he let his hands go, but he still ain't, like, learn how to really get crazy with it. That was a good fight, man. Two undefeated fighters. Damn, bro, you can hear Bo Mack from the beginning opening bell telling my man, get away from the right. He trying to set you up the right, son. You got to be first, son. Come on, son. Double up the jab, son. Yo, fucking Bo Mack was clear as day, bro. I'm like, damn. I got it. Yo, I wish I could get in touch with Adam Boxing. I need a pair of them Adam Boxing shoes. Them shits looked big as hell on them, right? Like that's the second time I see the Fernando brothers wear them too. And it's like, bro, are them shits comfortable? They look like bulky, like blocky and shit. Like, damn. But
they might be on some Yeezy shit.
That Eric Tudor fight was fucking good. Shout out to Cardio Kane. Shout out to Bo Mack and them. That was a tough fight. It was blood, big ass headbutt. You know, Katio Kane did his thing, man. He took long to learn his range and distance from the taller man, but he never really took over because Eric was back and forth, man. Like, Eric, he was putting it together. He used his jab well. He was even punching to the chest. Like, yo, that was a really good, underrated fight of two undefeated prospects, man. I hope people go back and watch that. Them dudes put it on.
Sure.
Such a fucking height difference, though. You know, the matchmaker knew what he was doing. They say height don't win fights.
He was a welterweight, right? I thought he was like a middleweight or some shit, right?
Get out of here. Nah. I figured because Katio Kane was so small, I figured that he wasn't that big. But you're saying they were welterweights? Let me look it up.
No, I'm mad. I don't want to be mistaken. I'm going to have to check now.
Nah, that was a good scrap. And he's a young kid, bro. Or he looks young, this Eric Tudor. He's 8-0, 6 KOs. He's 21. Oh, shit, he's from Fort Lauderdale. And birthplace is Hollywood. Shout out to him. You don't get a lot of motherfuckers that come out of Florida like that. They like a little bit at a time. Like, you got your Roy from Pensacola. You got motherfucker not Andre, I'm saying it wrong. Andre Berto from Winter Haven. Keith, Clearwater. Who else a big one? Rigondeaux, Hialeah. Luis Ortiz, Miami. Who else?
It was 54.
54. Wow. Okay. Wow. Man, he made Katio Kane look like a 35-pounder. I promise you.
That's what I'm saying. He looked bigger than the 54-pounder, man.
No, I didn't. He was so thin. I didn't never think he was a middleweight. And Katio Kane was so small. I thought he was a 35-pounder. I can't believe he was 54. Damn, that's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. He took that loss, yo, and they built him, bro. Look, you could tell they built him. Bomac and them, like, they fought him locally, took him to Mexico a couple times. They built him and they threw him in there. Yo, and he was telling him, you gotta be first, man. And he picked up the rhythm late. But then, like I said, this kid, Eric, he's something to watch. He matched that force. You know, Katio came in there. I'm going to just go with the Kane. He got double last name shit going on. Kane came in there. Oh, yeah, I forgot Lubin and Winky. Tarver, that's right. But you see, that's what I'm saying. That's only like 10, bro. Imagine us trying to do Philly or New York or Cali. You know what I'm saying? We will do a whole show mentioning all the people that come from there. And that's what I'm saying. You know, Florida got one and, you know, they pop up here and there. You know, I'm not saying we don't produce. I'm a Floridian too, baby. I'm not saying y'all don't produce. I'm saying it ain't in bulk.
Plentiful.
It ain't as plentiful. It ain't in bulk, man. You know? Shit, I think what's my man name? Corey Marksman, ain't he from out here? I hope he is. I want to see him get on, man. I know he got a fight on the 23rd, I think.
I'm not sure. But Florida they produce athletes for other sports. That's the issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially football.
Hey, yo, they said Juan Carlos Payano. I guess he do live out here and shit. We said Winky already, but that's what I'm saying, bro. That's still like a dozen. Y'all tripping. Let it go. We get it. There's a few, but that's what it is. Again, the comparison is, imagine us sitting here
I even
doing.
had one. Jeff Lacey.
He was from Florida? He was. He trained. Yeah, he trained with Dan. Imagine us sitting here trying to compare Florida to Philly or LA. Or Cali. As a state, California. You know what I'm saying? Fucking New York. Nah. But yeah, man, what did you think of Eric, bro? Because I'm talking like crazy.
Nah, I thought he was pretty good. Like, thin. Again, he reminded me of Thomas Lamont thin. You know what I'm saying? But he was pretty good, man. He didn't, really put his punches all the way together, but he could move a little bit. Yeah, I like him. He still got some room to grow. You know what I'm saying? But I like him. I like him so far. What is he? He's 9-0 now?
7-0.
7-0. 7-0. Okay.
6 KO. Well, I think now he's 8-0 with 6 KOs. Yes, 8-0, 6 KOs. Did you see Dallas? Yo, who names this son Dallas? No disrespect. Is that disrespectful anyway? Like, who names they son? Like, should I find a different way to preference that? I'm just saying.
I wouldn't like it.
I'm just saying, like, yo, I heard Travis Scott named his son Wolf, and now he trying to change it like that. People crazy. I'm just saying. It did catch my ear, though. Like, I wasn't even watching the fight, and when I heard them say Dallas Koalapa, I said, what? Who the fuck is that? Or Koalapu. I'm like, what? Yo.
It's not spelled like the city Dallas, though. It's spelled like it seemed like it was Caribbean or like something, like Dallas, D-A-L-I-S.
It is the way you said it, but it ain't pronounced that way, or at least they was not pronouncing it that way. But he do got the whole some sort of, okay, he's from Hawaii. That's why his name is Kalalipu or some shit. He was decent. Big as fuck for 130. What you thought about that one? You watched that one? Jonathan Perez wasn't much of nothing. Jonathan Perez was just a journeyman there to make sure Dallas, got to fight. They had to get him to fight based off the contract.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I don't think I saw enough to really judge him.
Hey yo, look at this dude, Mac Banks. You better Google my name, bro. Like Nesta's a king in the days of Troy, champ. You feel me? Like, what you mean, yo? I love you, but look at your name. My name ain't Dallas, Dallis. Like,
that could have been fly if it was Dallis. You know
Dallis, he Dominican. My man named Dallis. Nah, but Dallis got the win, 6-round fight. And, he's skipping too, right? Like, he took this. He could have been in a traditional 4-round fight because he only had 3. This is only his 4th fight. And instead of his 4th fight being another traditional 4-rounder, like most usually do 4 4s or 6 4s and then go on to the next rounds, which is 6. So you got to give him credit. He looked decent. And, yeah, I wanted to bring him up. I mean, look, we have very minimal boxing this week, so I watched all these shits. You know what I mean? I didn't watch the transgender though, not because I was trying not to. I just simply didn't. But he fought.
Which fight was that?
Oh, you ain't know he was a trans? Is that offensive? That's the right term, right? Because I'm old, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, listen. It's whatever they say, because I don't know. I'm not trying to be funny, but
Yeah.
if they refer to the individual as a trans, he got to be a trans. If they send a new mandate tomorrow.
No, I'm just saying, is it cool to abbreviate it as
Yeah.
trans?
No, but that's what I'm trying to say, because we don't want to say trans with a sexual or trans with a gender. Let's just leave it at trans, and I think that should blanket it.
He fought. It's crazy because that's the only one I ever knew that was him, and he fought. He got a fight, but he fought some dude that's like, you feel me? He literally, like, I'm actually gonna go because I follow the dude on Instagram. I don't discriminate. I love boxing, man. You know what I'm saying?
What's the fighter's name though?
Patricio. He changed his name and everything, so you ain't know them.
Oh, no.
Patricio Manuel. Patricio. But he not Spanish neither. I think we interviewed him. He not Spanish. Crazy, right? My man Patricio Manuel, he not Spanish.
Is that the fighter with the long history in the amateurs, had the knee injury, about 30-something years old at this point?
I mean,
sounds about right.
He definitely looked old. Bruh, and
for clarification, this is a transgender that went from a woman to a man.
I'ma feel bad. I'ma feel bad if this is not him. But I swear to God, this got to be him. Like, he don't even. Oh yeah, there you go. He, him, his. Yeah. So because that's their type of thing, right? We don't do that. Look, I don't even want to talk about this no more because I don't want to offend nobody. But he looked like he got that off, bruh. Like, this is a transition that is like he did it. Word is born. Like, he gotta tell you his story, or you gonna always think he is he.
And look, and this is what I'm saying. I think I heard it as long career as an amateur as a female, and then transition to a male, and then had
okay, yeah, I see it right there in the chest, bro. You almost can't even see it in the chest where he took his breasts out or whatever. I don't know, or where he made pecs. I don't know.
They call it a mastectomy.
Yeah, my man, he did good though. His transition, my man, he looked like yeah. So he fought, and he fought a man. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm shocked he ain't got the weigh-in. Let me see if it's on his, or is it this one right here? What date is this? Yeah, one day ago. Look at the dude. He legit looked like a cab driver from Tijuana. Promise you, he took me to Hong Kong that day. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. What's my man's name? His name is the dude he fought. Hein. Hein. Oh my God. Where's Hein from? St. Louis, Missouri. Get the fuck out of here. Bro, and he had fights before this. Only two. But yeah, man, that's the card, bro. That's the card.
I was gonna ask you about the UK. Did you ever get a chance to catch any of that? That Cyrus
I
Pattinson.
watched the Cyrus Pattinson highlights. I ain't gonna stunt. Like, I received so much stuff on my from Ya and stuff. So I went and I tried to watch it, and I'm like, fuck it, let me put the DAZN highlights. And it looked like a Rock'em Sock'em Robot. It was like, one dude was 30-something years old. The other dude was the other dude was young in the prospect, and he let the 36-year-old put him into a street fight, and everyone's giving them credit. This is what I'm saying. I don't get it. It's like boxing. We've already lost like the art of the sweet science. It's no longer, because Mayweather's gone. It's no longer hit and not be hit. That's forgotten. See, he was so big and made so much money that some people will call him a runner, but you was forced to say, oh, that's the sweet science. But now he's gone, and these dudes every weekend, they don't who are these dudes? One was 7-0. And why is he taking such a beating, bro? Bro, imagine me watching that whole fight. Those highlights are brutal. They was taking crazy shots, bro. Like, I don't know. Am I overreacting? Because you obviously watched the entire fight.
Yeah, I mean, it was it was what one would consider an all-action fight. Think about it from this perspective. When you talk about some UK fights, number one, some people get frustrated by the shelling up in the high guard kind of dancing. So, boom, you got all action, right? I think for Hopi Price, this was not the kind of fight you want to fight, especially not against a veteran. Yeah, he took more miles. He was like Joel from Risky Business. He put miles on his daddy's Porsche that he didn't have to do, but he made it entertaining. So the part of it is, will he go on to be an entertaining fighter? Sure, that's not how you want to build him. And no, he's not demonstrating the sweet science. But, if he was willing to put it on the line, then I thank him for that. And I was entertained. Now, Chris Jenkins is certainly maybe considered on his way out, but this is the welterweight division in the UK. I'm not saying that they're super deep, but these are guys that could appear, maybe stateside if they get it together in the long run.
What? Chris Jenkins?
Nah, not Chris Jenkins. I'm talking about Hopi Price. If he don't
fight
recklessly.
Ain't Hopi, whose brother is that?
Is that David's brother? David Price's younger brother?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm only going off of last name. I didn't know he had any kin in the gang like that.
I thought he did. But he from Leeds, and he's 10-0 with 3 KOs. Well, that explains it. He got 3 KOs. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go to war with everybody. You're going to have to. You got 3 KOs. You're going to have to. Either you're going to be Paulie Malignaggi and get on that jab, or you going to war.
He chose violence yesterday.
Bro, yeah, he did. And it's 22. But that, outside of Big Baby, Gesta. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at the decision, but I'm also not extremely happy. I am the dude that scores for the boxing, and yeah, Gesta was boxing, but I don't know that he was more effective at what he was doing than JoJo. Now I get it because I watched it since we didn't do a show. I watched it with the audio on, and I hear the commentators telling me that JoJo's throwing one punch at a time, but I'm watching him counter Gesta. Like, yeah, I see Gesta pop the jab, maybe a 1-2, and then move away. But also when he's trying to pivot away, JoJo hits him with something that, yeah, maybe it's guard up, maybe it isn't. And then in the middle rounds, Gesta slowed down. I don't know. I'm not saying JoJo won at all. like I said, I'm not mad at the decision, but I don't know that I'm happy with it either. Uh, Shout out to Gesta. You know, he gets the win. JoJo, damn, I heard they cut him too. The contract's over after this fight, and now you ain't got no win. You probably free agent. And now that's 3 straight losses.
Out on the skids. And I mean, but look at what we have to point out, the difference in the fight. Now, I didn't think it was that close. But okay, JoJo was countering, but cool. He had to try to do something, and he didn't counter as much, like you said. Some of those counters was getting caught. Gesta's pressure and volume punching was just too much for him, and JoJo, was waiting to counter. And while you sitting there waiting, whatever Gesta was throwing, although everything wasn't landing, he was just doing more, and it wasn't, the best fight, but it was like, hey, it was an opportunity, and he made it a good fight, just trying to switch it up a bit. I don't think Diaz, power, he wasn't going to stop Gesta, so he would have had to be the one to kind of, be the volume puncher and kick it up a bit, and he didn't do that. He was the one that's, now, yeah, maybe between rounds, I'd say like, 4 and, we're going to say 4 and 9, he gets to slow down a little bit, but I still, had him up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Again, I don't know that there was a lot of steam on his shots, man. I feel like JoJo did a lot of body work. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I got 2 super chats. James Benitez, $2 super chat says, Spence trying to save Shakur from his trash fight April 8th. That's messed up that you would call it trash when that dude beat Nakatani. If Shakur was fighting Nakatani in his first fight at 35, people be saying it's a test. Nakatani only lost to Tio and Loma. Now he lost to Shoshino. That's like saying, Gesta is a trash fight and he's coming off a JoJo win. We just sat here and said Frank Martin could fight Gesta now. You know what I'm saying? But he comes back with a $2 super chat, says Frank versus De Los Santos. What you think about that? They've been mentioning that for a while, like Twitter anyway, Twitter.
That's a good fight. I like that.
Edwin, we ain't see Edwin since that little upset, bro. And meanwhile, Rayo got a date. He's scheduled. He been training. So you upset Rayo, you don't get a return. That's crazy.
He upset the apple cart. He wasn't supposed to do that.
Yeah, man. Boxing fucking sucks with everybody being on all these different sides of the street, and it's slowing shit down for sure. Because De Los Santos should have had a fight. He should have been capitalizing off that momentum.
I mean, if we doing it the right way, in quotes, then he's supposed to be in his opportunity. You know what I'm saying? That Rayo's in now.
Yeah. Well, no. Why put him in there? Like, Cobra's coming off a loss, and so is Rayo. That's a good fight for them.
True,
he should be in there with Frank. He deserved the Frank fight.
Well, yeah, okay, boom. I was just thinking, if you want to give Colbert, who's a bigger name, an opportunity, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but Colbert on the bounce back. Remember, he lost.
Yeah, I know, but this is what I'm saying. It's like, yo, can Colbert bounce back against, you know what I mean? Like, a fighter that also undefeated, that also upset his opponent. It's a little bit of, storyline with that.
I don't know. I think we'd be saying that they cashing Colbert out if he got thrown in there with a puncher and Rayo and lost. I mean, a puncher and Hector and lost. Now we throwing him in there with a puncher and De Los Santos coming off a win. At least he getting in there with a puncher coming off a loss.
Nah, the fair fight is that I'm just saying I would have put him in there. Well, maybe, and I'm not saying cashing him out, but I think that's what, he need to see where he at. But Rayo's a good fight because they both, coming in off a loss. I think that's the better fight for the both of them.
In the chat, Self-Production says, put JoJo in with Kenneth since Kenneth got a fight. He in camp. We don't know who it is yet, but he in camp. and he's 140, not 135. We going out to Khalid. What up?
What up, bro? Hey,
Can you take the Bluetooth off real quick? Cause you sound like you underwater.
Yeah. Oh, I sounded crazy. Oh, my fault, bro. I didn't get a chance to watch none of the fights, so I can't comment on that. But I do got a question, bro. I sent you a pic of Charlo. My man looking large, like looking big. Like, has he confirmed he moving up to 168? Because he wasn't. If he not, he don't look fight ready. He just look like he just trying to figure it out. But I mean,
Nah,
going up to
he ain't confirmed nothing. But there's gonna be footage of him in the gym, so you'll see how big he really is because my man Stack was there, right? That's his name.
Yeah. Hell yeah, he was in that shit. All right, man. Well, shit, that shit was just alarming because I'm like, bro, you look strange. I mean, I shouldn't say strange. You just look big. Like his twin right next to him in the pic, they look completely like two different human beings. I'm like, yo, they look like two different. Like, bro, it looks like they look like, yo, this shit is noticeably wild. Like, whoa, what the? Like Charlo looked like the one that said 154. He looked like he got a fight coming up. The other one looked like, man, bro, like, do you box? But I ain't trying to get on him. I'm just like, bro, what's up, bro? Like, I'm concerned. Like, I mean, we ain't seen you in a minute, and it's all this speculation where you gonna vacate belts or you didn't want to fight a Diamond. Well, I shouldn't say he didn't want to fight a Diamond. Maybe like a Diamond didn't want to fight him. Or I don't know, but yeah, it's just unique, bro. And last thing before I go, I've been trying to get on this call with you for like a couple of days to say this to you. Creed wasn't a bad movie, bro. You was shitting on Creed. Creed wasn't a bad movie. The reason my man got locked up was, like, why he did all that time was, even though he only pulled a gun out, he had priors. He already had priors, so that's why he had to go sit down. And, like, yeah, it's like a little far-fetched that my man get out and then like, he was an amateur fighter, now he all the way in, like, a title fight. That was I probably can't rationalize that one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I had like a better reason when I tried to call you earlier, but now when you broke it down, that's kind of crazy. But other than that, bro, it was still a good movie. Like, I like the fight, and they set it up to where his, like, you know, like they're about to highlight women's boxing, which is a good thing. They about to make his daughter. They gonna bring his daughter in because she like to fight and shit. So they about to bring her up. So now we about to get more Creed. So. Yeah, I think, not too much on Creed, bro. You was kind of shitting on it, Creed. You was not fucking with that shit. So, are you gonna watch another one if it?
But what about that time when they fought though, and everybody disappeared? They fighting in the clouds. You was feeling that?
That was decent. Yeah, I was fucking with that. I like.
You was smoking on that part. That's why you was like, oh word, yeah, they high as hell.
No, that shit was decent, bro. I was fucking with that. Like, I saw what they were trying to do, and they was good fight scenes. Like, my man had a unique style. He had like the little, I don't know, it's like 52 box a little bit, like a little light work where he had to like kind of close in the jab off. So he was different with it. So yeah, it was some decent little scenes, bro. It was decent. Like, we gotta, and look, they brought in like the Showtime access. Like, they had Bud in it. Like, they tried to make it authentic, bro. It was like I felt that.
I just feel like they had so many good people and they didn't use them. Like, Canelo was just there to take a picture. They had Jose as a heavyweight when my man obviously didn't look like a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? You had Bud there and he got like 2-3 minutes in the movie. You know, they could have used the people they had better, but that is the Bell champ. Thanks for calling in. I'm going out to Kansas City, Mad Bent.
Mad Bent, what up?
He connecting right now. We on Twitter Spaces trying to see can we get it popping. In the meantime, in between time, we going to King Born on Discord. King Born. Fix him up, switch him up.
Come on, born peace, God.
What up, bruh? You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Yo.
If you listen on YouTube, give us a thumbs up.
So what did you think of Big Baby?
Yo, I want to see what's next. I don't want him fighting that Joker he was in the ring bullshitting with. I want to see Big Baby versus Big Baby. That's my campaign.
Yeah, mine's
Or,
too.
you know what I like?
Who?
Yo, Big Baby versus a Hergovic. Like Big Baby versus Michael Hunter, even though I know Michael Hunter's going to run from him.
Michael Hunter. Who I seen Michael Hunter call out to my sign a contract? Larry Smooth, what up? He just said that shit to somebody, talking about some sign a contract.
Player, yo.
What up, Larry? We here.
Yo, what's poppin', fellas? How y'all feeling, man?
Chilling.
All right. What's good, champ?
Shit, man. Decent call yesterday, man. The Tudor fight was a decent scrap. It was funny because Alex was like, "Yeah, he's from Florida. He's from Florida." I was like, "You ever seen him fight?" No. All right, but yeah, kid looked pretty good, man. And like y'all was saying, the other dude Kane, he didn't look like he was a super welterweight or whatever. Yeah, Bo Mac after the fight said he gonna move him down to 47 and see how that worked for him or whatever.
I knew it, man. He was small, bro.
Yeah, he was tiny. He was tiny, man. I think that was too much for him, man.
And that dude was tall as fuck, bro.
Yeah, the Glanton fight, yo. What y'all think about that? Y'all think that was a robbery, man? I had it scored 7-3 to Glanton. Alex had it scored 6-4 Glanton.
I ain't score it, but that dude was doing a number on Glanton.
What? You think so, man?
I don't know if
what?
I had a 7-3 Glanton.
I mean, not to say that. Not to say he wasn't.
Right, my man was looking like
it wasn't a one-way fight.
He was looking like Usyk in the beginning.
You think he deserved that decision?
I think that Glanton lost the first half, and that dude lost the second half. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that dude was being Usyk on Glanton for like the whole first half until Glanton finally start
Get
catching.
The hell out of here, Ness.
Nah, for real, bro. Bro, for real, go watch it, bro.
And Ness was rooting for
I was so mad, bro. I had money. I had Glanton on 4 parlays, bro. I wanted him to win.
Trust me.
I had him on all 4 of my fucking slips. This dude was 3-0. Get the fuck out of here. You know Glanton was supposed to beat the shit out this dude. Motherfucker, 3-0 with cauliflower ears. He wasn't stopping that dude.
It's a lineup, though, Ness.
Nah, ain't no lineup. Ain't no lineup. Let me tell you something, bro. By the time round 7 or 6 came around, I said, I don't know who was on the fight chat with me. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker not adjusting. He just doing the same shit. Glanton doing the same shit. Hook to the body, try to get an uppercut in. Hook with the left, hook with the right, try to get an uppercut in. Lean on you. Hook. Maybe one jab. Man, knock it off, bro. How you going to get that man to fight? He didn't even use all the tools in the toolbox. He used 2 hooks and an uppercut.
Nigga, man,
crazy.
He beat that nigga.
Crazy.
Stop it. He beat that nigga.
You don't know the score.
But shit, yo, I ain't gonna hold you too much. I just want to say I'm excited this weekend for Benavidez Plant. That's gonna be fire. Shit, the undercard is like that. Really interested to see the Colbert and Ryo fight. Shit, and it's sad I gotta ask this, yo, but we be so quick to throw fighters away and shit. Do y'all think this is a do or die fight for both of these guys?
Pretty much. Look at what's going on with JoJo right now. He got 3 straight losses. People talking about he Dunsky.
Yeah, I think Ryo more. You know, for Ryo a little bit more because he got stopped in his last fight. You know, if Colbert wins, he back. He kind of like back where he started. You know, because he got the personality to carry it too. But if Ryo wins, on the other hand, I think Colbert, you know, I don't think it's over for him as much. I think he probably got like one more shot. I think he could talk his way into one more fight.
Word. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that shit go. I know that's gonna be a good one. But all right, fellas, man, y'all stay up. Appreciate the show, man.
All right,
I appreciate you, champ.
for sure.
What we got next?
Who we got? Who we got? Looks like Jose. What up? Oh shit, he dropped off.
You know, shout out to everybody in the chat, in the comments. Motherfuckers be calling me Freddie Gibbs.
Ha. Mad Bent 100, Kansas City.
You hear me?
Yes.
All right, man. Welcome back. Hey, I watched the fight chat. And unlike the last caller, I didn't think Gladden won the fight.
Word.
I think at most he could have wishful thinking. Could have been a draw, but I don't even think he won a draw. To be honest. Gave away a bunch of the early rounds. The guy was just pepping him, kicking him and moving. Combinations. That dude was showing hella combinations on Gladden. Lots of combinations, fast hands, touching him up, timing him. And he was way bigger. Looked like a damn heavyweight.
Uh-huh. That's another thing.
Oh,
he was big. You right.
He's a big dude. I don't think watching the fight, I didn't think Gladden won. Wanted him to win. You know, I'm a fan, but especially after the Apucci fight, seeing him on the box, I think, especially late in the rounds when the guy started to get tired, I thought he would put on him and drop him and stop him, or at least drop him. But that didn't happen. The big baby fight was entertaining. I would like to see him in with Hergovich or Washington going forward. See what Daniel Dubois. That would be a good fight. Him and Dubois.
Dubois, I don't think Dubois could beat him, and that sounds crazy, but I don't think Dubois could beat him.
Either. I don't think.
You don't think Dubois beats who?
Take a lot of punches.
Big Baby.
Miller. Jarrell Miller. I think even at 300 pounds, he's very resilient, and he moves his hands still. Moves his hands, and he could take a shot. But that's to be seen. But I would like to see him fight Dubois or even Washington. You know, one of those guys. That was an entertaining fight. What I was thinking, I'm losing my train of thought. It was shit. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, good show.
You got anything on Gesta? Gesta and Diaz, or
fight. I could see how they could give it to Gesta, but there were parts that it's like watching that. He could have gone either way.
You breaking up, Matt Ben. What you doing over there?
Working out.
It's your guys. It's talk. Or whatever the hell it's services. Twitter ain't working, and Black Talk, this shit ain't Blog Talk, whatever. This shit ain't working.
I hear you now.
I think
he dropped off. He dropped off. King Born. What up? You. Yeah, Born, I don't know what's up with you. But let me see. Who's this?
Anybody on Discord, anybody on Twitter, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe, share the show.
Yeah, man, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up then. We got callers on Twitter and on Discord, but they haven't requested. Only Born who can't connect.
All right.
Born, you there? Terrible. Nothing. Can't help you, champ. All right, Nest GTO, Instagram and Twitter. This was your weekend recap. Hope you enjoyed it. Catch us on the next one tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Peace.
King Amina Vet 61 on Instagram. King Amina Vet 6 on Twitter. The championship rounds on YouTube. And of course, the motherland, TBV, the boxing voice. Arrivederci. We out.